Hey everyone, this is Jamie. I got lazy again. But today I'm actually gonna talk about something I should have talked quite a while back. Everyone tends to do these X years and T update. Well, I figured that instead of doing an update, I'll specifically do an update on how it is to be stealth. I know. Some of you may be watching and be like, seriously? You go stealthily? Yes, I do. And I managed somehow. So, um, my decision to go stealth was actually because I didn't like the way people treated me when I was trans, like openly. I had people who'd sit like in the back of the class or like as far away as me as possible. But you could say that it was a few experiences like that. I also had positive ones, like people actually acknowledging that I was male during that time before, and when I was still trying to get on T when I arrived in Portugal. And I still managed to like go on hookups, but I also was heavily misgendered. I had a very difficult situation when I was, how to put this softly, when I just came to Portugal and I had an abusive partner, but like that happens to you regardless whether you're passing or not. And my partner Lucas, like my main partner, has always been supportive. So whenever I'd be like, "Oh, I want to be stealth. Oh, I want to be openly," he'd always back me up. So when I decided to be stealth, it was because I was really tired from the small amount of bad instances which I've had, and I had a very feminine voice before, and the thing about passing is that you never know if you're gonna pass or not when you're in that period where you don't know if you're gonna pass. And to be honest, sometimes to this day I get scared to like shave myself entirely. I don't clean shave because of that reason. Because I feel like my beard is my constant passing card. Not just because I do makeup, because makeup is another shield which I have, which makes me feel more secure. So I have like two shields in this case. So I decided to go stealth after those incidents, and I still try to be as stealth as possible when it comes to work, university, and etc. I understand that until some official papers are changed, I have to be transparent when it comes to authority. And that is something I have to do, unfortunately. So I get that, and at some point it even gives me inconvenience because it takes such a long while for you to change your papers. So heads up for everyone. Like people can question your ID and etc. But when it comes to stealth, I've seen a lot of threads of trans guys specifically uh, saying, "Hey, can I be like fully stealth? Can I never tell anyone that I'm trans?" And that rubs me the wrong way. Like, I'm stealth, right? But I still have a list of people who know. Obviously, family, well, the ones I'm out to. Then there's the partner. You cannot hide this from your partner. There was a trend when people want to hide it from their kids. That's stupid. I'm sorry. Because your kid will find out, and then you will have to deal with the consequences of that. The way you come out to your kid is something which I will not advise or judge. I do not have children of my own, and it's better to ask someone who has come out to their children about this. Then, where was I? When it comes to friends and people, it's very important for you to know exactly if it's safe to come out. Because sometimes I've heard of stories where, in really safe places, people committing suicide just because they were outed. I understand, we have dysphoria. It's shit. We don't want to be seen as anyone other than male if we're binary. But at the same time, it feels very strange when people don't tell you specifically when you're in a relationship or you're in a hookup. Like, I've had instances when I go to a hookup and then the person reveals to me that, oh, actually I'm non-binary, or actually I'm gonna transition to um I'm an HRT, I'm planning to start HRT, or catfish me. I've been in those situations. It's not pretty. Even like with non-binary people, it's like, I remember I hooked up with this non-binary person, and then his pronouns are he, him. He was like, "Oh, I'm non-binary," like, and I'm like, "Well, okay, like, good for you," but some people would actually feel uncomfortable sleeping with someone who's non-binary, and the whole culture of pretty much everyone besides this woman being on Grindr. I think we need to stir from it a bit, in my opinion. Um, but at the same time, there's like a line when it comes to people who cross-dress, aim at people who see cross-dressing, and then once they transition, they see themselves, or they see, yeah, themselves as a trans woman. No, she sees herself as a trans woman only then after she transitions. So it's kind of like a very murky topic, and I think it's worth of another video. But about stealth, I really want to discourage everyone who believes in this complete stealth dream, because it can really backfire. You can be making someone else uncomfortable, you can make yourself uncomfortable and yourself in very tricky situations. But at the same time, you ought to think very wisely who you come out to and if it's a good idea. And I understand that my stance on this has changed way too many times over being out for so many years. Because I've had bad experience, I've had good experience of coming out. I've had awful with LGBT people, I've had awful with straight people, cisheads. But that's the balance. You can't achieve something impossible like being stealth from your partner. It's like, what kind of trust are you even having? I'm sorry, it's like, I'm gonna read you to Phil for that. I'm sorry. I guess because I'm a very open person with my partner. And I really don't understand that. And it's really unhealthy. So I really wanted to weigh in and say that please do not be stealth from the people who matter. And if they don't want to be with you just because you're trans, they are those who don't matter and who you should actually not come out and should not have a relationship with. That's the tea. Anyway, so that was it for today. Thank you.